Hey, world builders, welcome back to Build Together. This is day 206. Today's prompt is, what is the weakest group that has a reputation for being powerful in your world? And this comes from the Wanderer in the Discord. So I wrote about the modern iteration in Atopia of one of the most ancient organizations of all time that takes a huge hand in the mythology of Atopia's creation myth, which is the Crystal Guard. Now, the Crystal Guard is believed to have taken the great godstones that formed after Hormuz was ripped into seven pieces by the seven demon lords and then trapped each of those seven demon lords in one of those great godstones. They were the first truly recognized wizards. They were the first society that pushed forward meta work and tried to teach others about it. And it was a huge deal for these people to exist. They take up a massive space of the sapient creature's existence within the mythology. However, the modern iteration of the Crystal Guard is kind of sad comparatively. They have not adapted to modern times. In fact, they never even opened up more space for more wizards. They always sort of held this tradition that, oh, well, there's only seven wizards allowed, and you could have other attendants or other, almost like sycophants or fans or whatever those other people end up being, but no one else is as important as the seven wizards. And this meant that you had all the other wizards go off and make their own little secret society. And that group has done far better than the Crystal Guard because they have much more power and much more influence and all kinds of resources to throw around with one another to go and do research projects to help fund other interesting things. And all that the Crystal Guard exists for now is the formality of validating the future crystal tomes. This really especially became true once the Crystal Guard lost their monopoly over knowledge. The information that became generalized and made work being taught to more and more people meant that the Crystal Guard sort of hold over the zeitgeist of Patovian magic just slipped out of their fingers. And now they sit there in a tower, sort of alone, and the most exciting thing that happens to them is finding a replacement for one of their inevitable deaths. But this doesn't mean that the population doesn't think that they're a crazy secret organization. In fact, many people, especially common folk, but people of all classes, still think that the Crystal Guard is some powerful secret entity and organization that is making all of these secret political moves. What is the weakest group that has a reputation for being powerful in your world? Thanks for building together.